On this episode of Car Out, we pick up where we left off with working on the Eclipse some more. We go pay a visit to the Evo, and once you catch back up with us where we're at right now, we're going to get more parts for the 24G63T project. Also, you have to get the Moore out of the...
Yeah, you know.
If it's going to start on its own, I'd rather it not fall.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because the real test is if it'll start without.
Oh, damn. That's a lot of words. Oh, you still got your glob, man. Come on. Yeah, your exhaust, your little, like, port block off thing. You want me to shut this?
Yeah, go ahead and shut her. That's easy. Alright, let's see if it starts on her own. Or her own, his own.
It's a...
It's
2020, it can be what it wants.
Success! None. And both of our gauges work. The only one that's questionable is our temp gauge.
There's no mid-pipe.
Yeah, it's just dumping straight out right here. Nice.
Hey man, the carbon was rust prevention.
We got a little board. Start taking the door panels off. Pulled out the piles. If you know anything about piles, there's an old saying, piles are piles. You can figure that out for yourself. But we were opening the door up to make sure that we had no friends because we saw a wasp fly into my mirror and go behind it. So we're just making sure that there's nowhere for him to hide in it and make sure that we're good. But I figured at the same time, may as well take the piles out, and old Thor came. He-Man himself from our last podcast showed up and is helping us put the kickers on. The kickers actually look really good. I'm excited to see what these sound like because these are the newest variation of what's in my Evo, and hopefully they sound just as killer as they did before. These were a really good deal. They always have been. We have another set of kickers, and these are going to go here in the back. They're basically the twin tweeter version of what's in the door with a oval cone instead of a circular cone. So as you can tell, they kind of just sit kind of like that, but we're gonna see if we can get better fitment than that.
Oh no.
So here's what happened. Okay, we finally got this pile out because whoever put it in, I hate to say it, you did not do the right job. And then mine, as I had it attached, I had it sitting here and it fell and I didn't notice it, and then it just completely gave up because the connections were tape. I thought it was not tape. No, that's definitely tape. Oh, poor car. After a long day of just tinkering around on the car and getting stuff done, we have the speakers in the car. We fixed the stance, added more preload in the rear. Got to fix it in the front, but that's another day. We have the car running. We drove it. We got to start to feel the car a little bit more. And we got Uncle Rico, aka Thor, aka He-Man, aka Eric.
How many nicknames am I going to get before the series comes to a close?
Probably more than you can count. But he's going to be welding up some parts for us because we need our shifter bracket to actually work so we can drive it. We need to get a C-clip to hold our shifter mechanism in place. For some reason, we have no idea what happened to that.
We don't need that. Come on, man.
Don't listen to him. He's full of lies and deception on that subject. We know that the wiper stuff works because we just tried to use it. And it just sits a lot better now and is an actual drivable, usable car. So with that, a great amount of things have been accomplished today. The most important being it runs, it drives, and it steers. Guys, this is it. Made it to Moore. Gonna settle up my bill. Hopefully be good to go. It's been a long time since you've seen this car, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, it definitely needs to get washed. Tires still have air in them. Look at that, man. Alright, let's crack into this thing. Oh, look at that. The shift op's still in good shape too. Oh, that's weird. Feeling nothing there is really strange. But anyhow, go ahead, my friend. Are you ready for this? You've never seen this yourself, so go ahead. The bar's over there. So I was wondering, we still have the K-Sports in it. We did pick up a set of Fortunes, but we're gonna put those on at a much later date. We want the car running first right now. Torque Solutions mounts, that's the trans. Nicely done up. The turbo itself is massive. As you can tell, there's not a whole lot of room in there for things. Oh, it's so good seeing this back. Two of these actually started to burn out, so we got new ones. Those are now in it. All of the condenser stuff has been removed. We're getting our custom intercooler done. Like, stuff has to get ordered. That's why it's gonna take some time to get her back. Yeah. But the main thing is that, like, the bones are here. Ugh. Yep, this is a view we have not seen nor had in a very long time. And also this shifter, it's not connected, but I just remember this being such a nice throw. I love it. I'm ready. I'm ready to own my Evo again. A huge shout out to the guys at Moore for doing everything, because they did full on everything to try and get this thing done. And even though it's got no bumper because the bumper's at my house, like, I'm definitely ready to see this thing drive, to be the driver of it, and to just give it a good send. Give it a good send indeed. Real OGs know what this is. If you remember, leave a comment down below, because this is a piece of history right here. I don't even think you know what this is. Nope. Yep. Yeah, it's rough, but when we get her back, we'll make her good. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. Now, one of the reasons why I really wanted Ian to come along on this particular trip, is not just to see the car again in all its glory, but also so that for our build on the 240 4G63 swap, just getting numbers, getting visualizations of what actually is needed in this car. Because as I stated before, it is a tall block. And because it will have to sit a little bit forward, and we are going to have to use a different hood for his car in order to make it all work. But what were you going to say, my friend?
So what I was going to say is basically the power steering column.
Yep.
We can keep if we get one.
Yep.
I'd rather have one.
You're going to want one, trust me.
Basically the same place.
Yep.
This is going to be the issue.
This is like the key issue right here. The two key issues. This is the camshaft position sensor right here.
That's fine.
This, however, is a thermo housing. It's detached, because the hose itself would have gone on the blue thing.
Right, so does it come bolt directly to the head, and does coolant flow from the head to here?
I believe so. We can definitely check when we get ours back, that's for sure. It might be a little better to put it through that way. We'll have to look at the block and see. That's one of those things that it's just going to be a lot of taking the engine in and out of the car once we get to that stage. So we'll see how that goes. I am definitely excited though. Seeing this like this, and then also knowing that we're gonna have another one in yours, doing equally as big Sendy Boy things. It's about to be momentous, my guy. And now you're caught up. You are where we're at right now, which is waiting on our friend Chris to get here. You guys know Chris, blue Volkswagen. He used to have the Audi, which is why I always call him Audi Chris. He's on his way right now. He's going to roll with myself and Ian to go pick up parts for the 24G63T project from a guy in Frederick, Maryland. So we just got done meeting with the guy that we bought the parts from. We are more than likely going to be calling up for more parts later on. Right now we're in downtown Frederick. And go ahead, pull it out. You got to see this. This is a really cool piece. This is the valve cover for the 24G63T project. I have not seen a head like this, valve cover like this in a very long time. What do you think now that you actually see it? I mean, it needs work. It's going to have to get washed and tanked.
Bead blasted.
And then we're going to probably get it colored nice purple, because this man has an affinity for sparkly purple.
I'm sorry. It's like every hot boy color.
But what do you think of it though?
I like it. I like it. Definitely gonna need to swap that out.
Yeah, I have plans for that, don't worry. But like, what do you think of the whole like fact that it still has all the plumb work in it, it still has all the grommets still attached, and they're all in good shape?
I'm about it.
Except for maybe this guy. That one's missing, but I know where to get the dress up parts for this to make it look good. And does this say the date of manufacture on it? 2002. Yep. This will fit our block perfectly. And with that, thank you all for watching. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.